It's 2026. So I'm going to assume we all know the name Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. No, stop cheering. He's a dirtbag. Here he is waiting on ChatGPT to decide his sexual preference for the evening. But what do we know about his personal life? What data can we gather about him as an individual? And why is his sister alleging sexual abuse against her own brother?
So you had complaints from one programmer who said you guys are basically stealing people's stuff and not paying them, and then he wound up murdered. What was that?
Also a great tragedy. He committed suicide.
Do you think he committed suicide?
I really do.
Where much of Sam's initial wealth had originated from was the sale of a company he had co-founded called Looped. It sold in 2012, securing him not only just a large check, but also the respect of some new colleagues, like venture capitalist Peter Thiel. 2 years later, he became partner and then president of a company called Y Combinator in 2014, before stepping down to work on OpenAI. While maintaining his position at Y Combinator, Sam was able to gain early access in the form of investments into companies such as Airbnb and Stripe long before they IPO'd. This term is widely known as angel investing. If you're in the financial world, you may have heard of it before. But these positions are typically reserved for wealthy individuals that know other wealthy individuals that know that a company is going to be IPOing at some point in the near future, and they all kind of get on board. When individuals own large corporations and nobody will pay them what they're asking for their company or what they feel it's worth, the stock exchange is where one would go to liquidate all those assets for as much as they possibly can. Now, what Y Combinator does as a business is help investors as well as startups network and connect with each other in order to help them help each other. Innovate the company, raise funds, etc. Or at least that's the idea being sold by the company. I'm sure all the best ideas or companies' access is reserved only for, dare I say, company insiders. Because only roughly 10 to 13% of all companies funded through Y Combinator achieve a successful acquisition or IPO. And many companies go under, obviously. So being the president of this company offers a lot more than just a standardized paycheck for Sam. He's able to invest in companies that nobody else in the world has access to. And great ideas are coming across his desk, I'm sure, every day. However, in 2019, he steps down from this company, I'm sure after getting filthy rich, and decides to focus solely on OpenAI alongside Elon Musk. Just analyzing Sam from afar for a brief moment, you can tell he's not only weak and frail, but also manipulative, which are all the traits of a monster, so I'm sure he was hungry to gain even more power than what he had already acquired. As far as I can tell, they can't wait to implement these AIs into actual infrastructure such as robots and cameras. Hence why there are so many flock cameras and other third-party companies creating cameras that will watch your every move and track you everywhere you go in order to collect your data so they can sell you products or predict your next move. They are gearing up for full control using AI. It's not all just going to be generative AI in the form of videos and pictures and all this bull crap that's being spewed out For God's sakes, Sam's so delusional, he can't even raise his own children without AI, and he insists everybody else should be doing the same as him. And he also claims that everybody eventually will have like some AI in your ear, maybe in the form of a brain chip is what they're thinking, or just talking to you, telling you your every move you should make in your life, completely stripping you, by the way, of your free will that God had given you. And by default, turning your entire body into a flesh and blood robot that does only as ChatGPT says. In fact, back in 2023, OpenAI's former board abruptly fired Sam for what they claimed was lack of consistent candor in his communications. They basically just didn't trust the guy. Former board members also allege Sam has concealed personal financial stakes inside of the internal investment funds, while simultaneously claiming that there is no conflict of interest. So, from my understanding, I'm going to interpret that as basically manipulating the board's feelings about certain situations and or topics in order to steer decisions in whatever direction he favors. And I mean, the board's there for a reason. They're there to make sure that the proper protocols are met so that, there's no safety features overlooked. It's to keep people safe from the monster we all call AI. But shortly after Sam was quote-unquote ousted from OpenAI, he was quickly reinstated out of nowhere, and a whole new board was replaced that were basically a giant echo chamber for Sam Altman. So now the board's just there for show to make everyone feel as though there's still safety measures, but really they're just going to agree with whatever Sam envisions. I'm sure it's not easy working at a company where you're constantly witnessing atrocities while simultaneously signing endless non-disclosure agreements, while colleagues are ending up dead every time they speak up against something they feel is unfair or messed up. Critics argue Altman prioritizes profits over safety when it comes to AI. Whistleblowers and lawmakers criticize OpenAI's non-disclosure practice that many allege is illegally used to prevent employers from raising concerns. I mean, Sam's response to the tragedy of his friend allegedly committing suicide really didn't help his public image much.
He committed suicide.
Do you think he committed suicide?
I really do.
Now that we've established Sam is allegedly a manipulative control freak with sadistic tendencies, one might start to wonder why he's running a company he himself, along with more than half of society, agree could destroy the entire human race as we currently know it.